Hey boys and girls, it's Mrs. Walker. For our lesson today, we're going to switch into a brand new topic. And in this topic, we're going to be talking about using equal groups to be able to help us solve problems. So our learning goal for today says, I can use manipulatives and drawings to represent equal groups. So the materials that you'll need for this lesson are your dry erase board, and you'll need 12 counters. You might have these red and yellow counters. You can use these to help you. Okay, so make sure you grab those before you get started. All right, friends, so are these groups equal or unequal, and how do you know? So here's my groups. Are they equal or unequal? Remember, unequal means not equal. They're equal because they each, there are two in each group. Are these groups equal or unequal? Here's my two groups. No, they're unequal because there's 4 in one group and 2 in the other group. So for groups to be equal, they need to have the same number in each. True? Yeah, it's true. All right, so you're going to take 8 counters and move them into groups of 2. So pause the video, take only 8 counters and put them in groups of 2. And then click play when you're ready for the next step. All right, friends, pause if you need more time. Otherwise, here's my 8 counters in groups of 2. How many groups of 2 are there? You can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. If it helps you to circle them on your dry erase board, you can do the same thing. So we're going to complete this statement. It says there are blank groups of blank counters. So the first one, there are how many groups? 4 groups of how many counters in each one? 2. So to describe our groups, we would say there are 4 groups of 2 counters. All right, so let's look at our next one. It says now make groups of 4 counters. So take those same 8 counters that you had, and you're going to make them in groups of 4. So pause the video, put them in groups of 4, and then click play when you're ready for the next step. All right, friends, pause if you need more time. So here's my groups of 4. How many groups of 4 are there? Yeah, there's 2. So let's fill this in. There are how many groups? 2. And how many counters are in each? 4. So go ahead and read our statement about our groups. So there are, go ahead and read that to yourself. So there are 2 groups of 4 counters. Okay, so now we're going to use all 12 of your counters and find a way to arrange them into equal groups. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video, take all 12 and make sure they're in equal groups. Okay, remember that means there has to be the same number in each group. You can't have a group of 5 and a group of 7. That's not going to work for this. They have to have equal groups. All right, friends, so here's what I came up with. All right, so here I have 2 groups, and how many are in each group? 6. So let's fill in this statement. There are 2 groups of 6 counters. You got it. So to describe my groups, my equal groups, I would say there are 2 groups of 6 counters. Okay, so there's several different ways to make equal groups. So you might have come up with a different way than what I did. So now you're going to rearrange your counters another way. So take those 12 and try and rearrange them another way to show equal groups. That's different from the one you already did. So pause the video and then click play when you're ready for the next step. All right, pause if you need more time. All right, so this time, this is how I chose to make my equal groups. So I have, how many equal groups do I have, friends? Yeah, 4, right? And how many are in each group? 3. So I want you to complete this statement, and then I want you to read it to yourself. So if you need to pause the video, complete what goes in those missing blanks, and then read the sentence to yourself, and then click play when you're ready for the next step. All right, friends, pause if you need more time. So we should read this as there are 4 groups of 3 counters. All right, so now we're going to set aside 2 of our counters. So we had 12, so push 2 of them to the side and make groups of 5. So go ahead and make groups of 5 with those counters that you have. So pause the video, do that, and then click play when you're ready for the next step. All right, pause if you need more time. All right, so here are my groups of 5. How many groups do I have? Yeah, there's 2. So go ahead and fill in the blanks and then read this statement to yourself and then click play when you're ready for the next step. All right, friends, so there are 2 groups of 5 counters. Is that what you guys said? All right, awesome. All right, so now we're going to arrange all of your counters to look like mine. Okay, so here's my example. So I would like for you to have 3 counters, then 5 counters, and then 4 counters. So go ahead and pause the video, make your counters look just like mine, and then click play when you're ready for the next step. All right, friends, pause if you need more time. All right, so are these groups equal? Oh no, there sure aren't. Oh, there's Mrs. Walker. All right, so these are not equal. Move your counters to make the 3 groups equal. So go ahead and pause the video, move your counters however you need to make the 3 groups equal. And then click play when you're ready for the next step. All right, pause if you need more time. All right, so how did you make the groups equal? Okay, so one of the ways that I did it was I said, well, there's 3 in this first group and 4 in the last group, but there's 5 in the middle, so I'm going to take the extra one from the 5 and I'm going to move it right over here. So now I have 4 in each group. Okay, so I want you to pause the video. I want you to complete this statement and then click play when you're ready for the next step. All right, friends, so we should say there are 3 groups of 4 counters. Is that what you guys came up with too? Okay, awesome. All right, so move your counters to form 2 equal groups now. So pause the video, take all of those same counters, and you're making 2 equal groups. So pause the video, do that, and then click play when you're ready for the next step. All right, pause if you need more time. Otherwise, here we go. All right, so I'm going to take all of those, and then here are my 2 equal groups. So how many counters are in 2 groups? Let's fill this in to help us. So there are 2 groups of 6 counters. So I split the counters in half and use the addition fact of 6 plus 6 to help me. So I know that 6 plus 6 equals 12, so there's 12 total counters. Okay, so that was one way that was easier for me to help solve this problem. All right, so sweet. You guys did an awesome job using manipulatives and drawings to represent equal groups. Please head back on over to the module to see what you need to complete for your independent practice. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to help. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye, friends.